This week on Mom's Cookbook Collection, it's Thursday night. I'm a little late in the week on my recipes. I had my first dose of the shingles vaccine on Monday, and I had a bad reaction. It laid me up for a couple of days. I also needed to get my mother's advice on this particular recipe. We're doing a dessert from the 1912 edition of the Boston Cookbook by Mary Jane Lincoln. This was my Grand Aunt Minna's cookbook. These turn-of-the-century cookbooks are notorious for not giving the temperature of the oven or the baking time. And although my mother isn't from, turn of the century, she does still remember some of the things her mom taught her. So we're going to be doing a roll jelly cake. This is the simplest form of a butter cake. It is like a sponge cake. Ingredients: 3 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cream. I'm going to be using condensed milk or 1 of melted butter, 1 cup of pastry flour, 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar, half teaspoon of soda or 2 level teaspoons baking powder. Beat the eggs separately until very light, then beat them together. Add 1 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cream, 1 cup of pastry flour, 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and 2 level teaspoons of baking powder. Mix, spread very thin on long, shallow tins. Bake in a moderate oven that's 350 degrees for a half an hour. Spread with jelly while warm. Trim the edges with a sharp knife and roll up. Well, that goes to show you that sometimes these recipes don't work out. I don't know what I did wrong, or right for that matter. Maybe I cooked it too long. I mean, it did initially seem to come out warm. Let's just see how the crumbs taste. It tastes great. Especially with the strawberry syrup. It really does taste good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the cookie dough recipe. I mean, it's really good. It's like a sugar cookie. But even though I sprayed the pans with coconut oil, it really stuck. I gave it about 20 minutes on 350. Maybe I should have given it closer to maybe 15 minutes. It might have been flexible enough to actually roll up. As it is, I was only able to roll up one, and it's already fallen apart. I got a couple of sandwiches and 1 roll, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Because this is just, let me see. This is just, it's just frozen. Oh yeah. And I sprayed the pan, I don't get it. Oh well. Well, this recipe was roll jelly cake. This is from the 1912 edition of the Boston Cookbook by Mary Jane Lincoln. And let me see if I can get the company. Little Brown and Company, Boston. And this was my Grand Aunt Minna Hugo's cookbook. And this recipe was a failure, but it still tasted great.